up, y'all? It's your girl, Myra. Y'all know what's going on. CEO of Normalizing Motherhood. Man, listen, I feel real good this afternoon. It's not morning. I feel real good this afternoon. And I just feel like running my mouth and, you know what I'm saying, expressing the energy that I feel. But basically, I just feel so welcomed. And I want to talk about my situation when me and my children was in a shelter. You know, just share another experience of motherhood that I experienced. That doesn't necessarily mean that everybody will experience it, but I experienced it. So, long story short, we lost our apartment in Decatur in 2019 in August. So we started staying in an extended stay. But it got to the point where I wasn't working my job anymore. And then I think Trent got locked up. I ended up having to go stay with my mom. So I was staying with my mom up until October. By this time, you know, Trent got out and stuff like that. So October 20th, because I remember October 19th, that's the day, October 19th, 2019, that's the day I got pregnant with the baby now, Trent Jr. But, yeah, I'm pregnant again now, but everybody know that. Okay, so yeah, October 20th, I got a phone call from a lady, Miss Rosie. She's my sister's godmother, I believe. Yeah, she's my sister's godmother. But she has resources to a lot of things, like shelters, you know, just all type of resources, helpful resources. So she came across a slot that was open in a shelter. So she called me because she knew my situation. So she called me, she was telling me about the shelter, you know, and of course, at first, I'm like, not to her, but, you know, after I got off the phone with her, I'm like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, I've heard certain stories about it, You know, people don't really have too much good things to say about shelters or whatever, but I've also heard some people, like, my mom experienced it too. And she used to tell us, you know, like she ran into some good people, you know what I'm saying, things like that. And it wasn't like she was in this like nasty shelter or nothing like that. But so, you know, she's one of the people who I heard a good story from. But yeah. So, you know, of course I wasn't with it at first, but you know, when you sit and have them battles with yourself and it's like, okay, so what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep living with your mom, you know what I'm saying? You got 4 kids at a time. And you know, the shelter is a uncomfortable, you know, situation, but it comes with help. You know, you have shelters that offer you Section 8, shelters that just help you get into a house, and I think they pay up your rent for a couple months. You know, they help you move, get furniture, all type of things. So I'm like, you know, I'm gonna have to go for it. So I told Trent, you know, what was going on, this, that, third. So he was like, I mean, what else we gonna do? You know? So I go to the shelter. And you know, you got your own room. And they have enough beds in there for everybody. Everybody get their own bed. We all had our own beds, and we had the bathroom and shower in our room and stuff like that. I remember a bookshelf with books on it. They had a little play area in there. But, you know, it's like, it's not brand new material. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not, I don't want to dress it up like we was just so good. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't so bad. And I'm going to show pictures of when we was in the shelter. Yeah, I'm gonna show pictures of when we was in the shelter. But my first night, I remember my kids were so happy just because they had beds. I'm gonna be honest with you, my kids was happy. They was jumping on the bed like, "Mom, we got our own bed." Da, 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 da. You know, they was happy. The walls was pink, so Trinity was loving that. And just for us to have our own space, they was loving it. You know what I'm saying? So that made me feel good. It made me feel better. And, you know, they telling me, "Thank you, Mom, thank you, Dad." And in my head, I'm like, y'all, I didn't feel like they should be thanking me. And, you know what I'm saying? I felt like these is not circumstances where they should be thanking me. You know what I'm saying? But in all actuality, now looking back, I could have been on some dumb shit, like have my kids in the street or have them here and there, and me leaving and, you know what I'm saying, dropping them off on people, leaving it up to people to be responsible for my children and things like that, you know. So it's like, I'm happy that they were thankful for that. I'm happy that they was happy with me, you know, just being able to take them there or whatever. So yeah, okay, so then, you know, they had a little park and stuff outside of the shelter that, you know, you could take your kids outside on the park and stuff like that. Now, these are the rules of the shelter. So every morning we had to be out by 7:30. Like, you had to be out by 7:30. So, you know, we had to get up. We got up at like 6 o'clock, put their clothes on, go down there in the kitchen, eat breakfast, you know what I'm saying, and we'd be gone. At the time, my husband, you know, he was sleeping in the car because he didn't have his own place either. So he was sleeping in the car. He would come every morning and make sure, you know, he pick us up, this, that, and third. I never had to stand outside and wait. I never had to put gas in my car. You know what I'm saying? Those things were taken care of. We didn't have much, but ends was meeting to make sure that we were still floating, at least. But the experience overall wasn't as bad as people make it seem. I got dry skin on my lip. But, you know, I had people laughing at me and making jokes on Instagram and, you know, just telling me, "Well, you was in the shelter, you know, kids had, you know, stuff like that." And it never got to me because, for one, it wasn't, if it was happening like while I was in the shelter, it probably would have gotten to me because I wasn't in the state of mind that I was in when I got out of the shelter. And I'm gonna explain. So what I mean is, like, while being in the shelter, I'm experiencing it. So still having my moments, feeling like, you know, dang, why me? You know what I'm saying? Or like, what can I do? Like, you know, feeling like a bad parent, this kind of thing, like wanting better for my kids and stuff like that. So, I'm finna come back because I don't need his personal conversations in my background. So hold on.